This is a very Audioface story. Young Thug we reviewed his album last week. He had a track featuring Mac Miller called Day Before, but he was on the Breakfast Club's, Dan's favorite TV show ever, talking about it. And apparently he recorded Day Before, one day before Mac Miller passed away a few years ago in 2018. Um, that's crazy. Like, and he was saying, like, giving like how the track is titled and stuff. It gave him a lot of thought of, wow, should I like even have this in, or like what does it all mean? Like, is it a sign for that stuff? Like, there's a lot with it, but um, it's one of the things where, obviously posthumous releases and stuff. Like, it's a lot of them. They like put up random recordings of artists and stuff, or they'll have other things, then chop it up and then make it a release. But if you have one where they go and they actually record it together and it's done then, but then the artist passes away, then it's one thing of, okay, then I think it's a little bit better to release it than the other ways that a lot of posthumous music is released.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Because I think I remember saying in our review that it didn't sound totally right because it was a posthumous release, but like it's truthfully it was recorded the day before Mac Miller died. So like it's
crazy, man.
I still don't feel right about the track, and it's less about the production thing. That's just like an ear thing I gotta look out for. Maybe there's like another mixing thing in the track, but like it's the true subject matter of and I don't think Young Thug is celebrating Mac Miller's death in any way or like doing anything like that. It's very a somber moment. The song itself is like has nothing to. I mean, Mac Miller didn't know. No one knew he was going to tragically die the next day. So, but like, the song itself is kind of happy-go-lucky song, like typical trap and B, like getting girls kind of story. But like, it's a really given what happened, what we know happened with Mac Miller, it's an apparent overdose. And given how often that happens in the music industry very recently with a lot of artists that have come up in this generation, like Juice World, etc. It's really it's really somber that we haven't had more of a conversation surrounding taking better care of artists and making sure that like we're not super glorifying drugs and all these overdoses as much as people do and people are. I'm not asking Young Thug to be like the leader of that conversation, right? And that's not like any grab on Young Thug. Like my feeling on the record is my feeling of the song on the record. I can't really isolate any more than that. But when it comes to the analysis of it, I just feel like too often we celebrate Mac Miller. There's just a re-release of one of his recent or like one of his early mixtapes, not early mixtapes, but like a prominent mixtape of his that came out last week. Same time Young Thug's Punk came out actually. And there's a lot of discourse about things going on in the music world, about things going on in the entertainment world in general. But I think there should be more of a discourse about like, hey, why do we continue to glorify all of this drug use when it does it takes
it does so much damage.
Yeah, that's
just an understatement.
Yeah, it's like so much damage. It takes the lives of artists that are so promising and young that we continue celebrating, that people do. Like anytime a Mac Miller song is played at a concert, it's definitely going to be like one of the more somber songs because it's a whole generational feeling. It's a generational loss that comes from Mac Miller. People are going to cry. People are going to be upset, and that's sort of like justified. It's like sad to take this life's gone away, but like, what is the lesson from that? I'm not asking for Young Thug to like start running the Dare program or anything, but like, it's a conversation I would like to expand more in the music industry, but like we've had a lot on Audioface, so that's kind of like a level that we've reached, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Moving on, because we also do these stories. Usually we try to pack them in like right after an artist has come out with that record, but the Young Thug stuff kind of came out the week after. So this is the Young Thug corner. We are moving on to that. This is an interesting turn in tone and everything else. Sean, take it away.
Yeah, so Young Thug is suing an apartment building for giving 200 unreleased songs to a stranger. So apparently, at the concierge desk in his building, they handed out a bag of all of his gubbins to some random dude, and it had a shit ton of unreleased material and tracks. And he's like, "Yo, you can't do that."
The Louis Vuitton bag was worth $2,500, had $40,000 in cash, a diamond encrusted watch worth $57,000, a diamond chain worth $37,000, Lil Uzi Vert's diamond skull thing that was worth 50. No, I'm kidding.
And
But
I was gonna say Lil Xan's fake Hublots.
more on that later.
Or Richard Mills.
Oh my god, Hublots.
More on that later.
But Young Thug, in addition to all of the stuff we did mention before that tangent right there, it also had the hard drive containing more than like at least 200 of unreleased songs from Young Thug,
Yeah.
which Young Thug's legal team says are worth $1 million, which understatement might be, because considering where Young Thug's like where he is in the game right now, like I think that's kind of low. But I mean, also it's a bunch of unreleased songs. What we've been hearing from Trap is like there's that thing about the Aubrey and the Three Migos tour when they went on tour in 2017, 2018 or whatever for Drake supporting whatever he was doing that year, Migos supporting Culture 98, Culture 2, 3, 9, 2. Yes, it was 2, the red one.
15?
And they mentioned, I promise this isn't a wild tangent, but they mentioned releasing, that stands out to me in mind, because the concert was named like a dumb tour name, but it stands out in mind because they said every tour night they made a new record, right? They recorded a new song. And we regarded at the time that like, oh, that just kind of shows like the way trap music is just sort of very
just like pumped
recyclable.
out, yeah.
You just pump it out very easily, and a lot of these songs probably never get made. And so yeah, this could be 200 random Young Thug beats. Some of them might have been bangers, some of them might have just been like random things that never see the light of day. So I guess that's like how the value is assessed there. But
yes.
That is a pretty major mix up for that hotel.
Oh yeah,
that's a major mistake. Yeah,
it's a major. You fucked up.
Yeah, if you work at that hotel and you were the person who gave the bag to the wrong Young Thug, or the wrong person in general,
good luck.